So welcome to this video lecture series on electrical engineering program. Today we will discuss about this utilization of electrical energy. This subject is included in the MSBT syllabus for Maharashtra State third year electrical engineering student. The course code is 22626. Utilization of electrical energy, as the name suggests. Here in this subject we had to discuss about different applications of electrical energy. See, the rationales for these subjects are: nowadays electricity is used in the every walk of life, whether it is home, office, industry, farm. Nowadays it is also used for cars, battery cars, and railways, electric locomotives, and so many different applications are there. It is also used for lighting, heating, cooking, air conditioning, operating machines and the computers, welding, traction, irrigation, municipal, and so many different applications. Now, as the growth of industries is going on, growth of the peoples is going on, there should be development of the power crisis for this electrical supply. So economical utilization and the electrical energy of the electrical energy and the energy conservation is an essential aspect. So every diploma holder or diploma engineer should know to operate and maintain the electrical devices, electrical equipments at their higher efficiencies, so that energy conservation is more and energy consumption by the done by the particular device or equipment should be less. So keeping in the view the above subject is designed, and it also helps the student to attempt and to acquire different knowledge required to the utilization of electrical energy. Next part, competency. Competency means the aim of this course is help to student to maintain or to attain the following industry identified competencies. That is, after completing this course, theory as well as practical, a student will be able to maintain different type of electrical utilities and the system. Please see, there are two different parts. One is known as utility and another is known as facility. Service provider are known as facilities, and the service provider are known as utilities, and service provider used by the persons are known as the facilities. So he will be able to maintain different types of electrical utilities and the system also. Course outcomes. Course outcomes means after completing this course, what he will be do or he will able to. First, look out the course outcome. He will able to maintain the function of different types of lamp and fittings. Now, early days, about I think 1885, Thomas Alva Edison has invented lamps, DC lamps. Then after invention of AC supply, AC lamps has been invented, and lamp fittings are the accessories required to support the lamp filament. So every diploma holder or diploma engineer should maintain different types of lamps and their fitting properly, so that efficiency of the lamp will gets increased. Second point, maintain different type of electric heating as well as the welding equipments. So nowadays this electrical heating is very good and advantageous over conventional type of the heatings. Also welding is also advantageous. So maintain the different types of heating and the welding equipments. Maintain different electrical drives and elevators. These electrical drives are used for traction for electrical cars, electrical vehicles, and these elevators are used to lift up and down peoples as well as goods from ground floor to up to large higher number of floors in the buildings. Next, use different electric traction system. So early days diesel engine is used for this electrical traction system, this traction system. Before diesel engine, steam engine is used, but nowadays as the development of electrical supply and there are different devices available to control the supply also, electrical engines are efficient than diesel and the steam engines. So use the different electrical traction system, use different equipments for economic operations. So these are the 5 COs that student will be able to do after completing this course. Teaching scheme for this course is 4 hours lecture per week, 2 hours practical per week for a batch. This is a theory subject, so 70 marks for end semester exam and 30 marks for progressive assessment. This progressive assessment is classified into 2 parts. One is known as test and another part is for micro project. This test is for 20 marks and this micro project is for 10 marks. Now this practical schedule is classified also in 2 parts, ESE and PA. Please see very carefully at the rate, since here is the date, so it is an internal practical. No external person will ask or no external person will come to conduct to examine the practicals. These are for 25 marks and the total weightage of this subject is 100 plus 50, that is 150 marks. Next point is course map. This course map illustrates an overview of the flow and linkage of the topic at the various levels of the outcomes. So these are the different outcomes and there are different topics in the syllabus that will be linked with each other. So this course map accordingly explain all the parameters. See, it mainly deals with competency, maintain different types of electrical drives, utilities and systems. Suggested practical exercises, that is PROs. I think there are total 16 practicals to be completed in this subject. So look out the first part. Identify different lighting accessories required for various types of lamps. Now early days what happened, only one lamp is available, that is tungsten filament lamp. So what are the requirement for tungsten filament lamp? That is only one holder, one lamp, that is accessories and one filament inside that part. So nowadays as the tungsten filament lamp consumes more power, so engineers has designed different types of the lamp, higher efficiency lamp, lower efficiency lamp, lamps used for higher illumination, lamps used for medium, and lamps also of different colored as per the facilities application. So in the practical one, every student has to identify its accessories and its different types of the lamps. Part 2 is also same, that is lamp fittings. I think this will deals with the types of the lamps and this will deals with the types of the lamp fittings. What are the accessories? These accessories are also known as luminaries. Then third is the measure illumination at the different places using the lux meter. So lux meter is the device which will read the illumines emitted by the red hot body or a particular lamp. So we had to read the different we had to visit at the different places in the college premises, and by using the lux meter, student have to read what is the illumination available there. If a student has seen very carefully, windows are open, that is known as natural illumination. If windows are closed, if the room is below is very interior, then no sunlight will fall at that particular area. So illumination will be done by the particular lamps. So what type of the lamps, what types of the illumination should be required, that will be studied in the practical number 3. Then practical number 4, identify different various types of heating furnaces. These heating furnaces are used for so many different applications. For transformer manufacturing company, heating furnace are used to remove out the moisture from in between the windings, in between the paper, that is impregnated papers. And for bakeries, these heatings are used. Different types of furnaces are there. So that will be observed in the practical number 4. Observe construction and working of various types of heating furnace by watching the video programs. So in this part, faculty should arrange these video programs. These are available at NPTEL website, as well as on the YouTube, and as well as on the online IoT media. They will discuss all the parameters in the particular lecture. Identify the different accessories and safety required for various types of the welding system. So whenever a person will do welding for the particular job, then different safety devices are to be used there. So for that, which type of the safety device, what should we do to make the person safe, to work the person in the safe operation. So that will be studied in the practical number 6. Prepare a report of specification of various electrical welding machines available in the college premises. So in the college premises, there is one section known as the workshop. In the workshop, some welding machines are there. So student can visit the workshop and check out which type of welding machines are used there. Next, visit a small manufacturing unit to observe various electrical drives and prepare a technical report. These electrical drives are nowadays used in lifts also. These are used in some welding workshops for cutting, grinding purpose, and some small scale industries also. So student will visit in a group and prepare technical report on which electrical drives will be used there. Next, prepare a comparative chart of different types of manufacturing company of any lift or elevator. The student should prepare a chart, and they will make a comparison between two different companies available for lift or elevators manufacturers. Next, visit a railway loco shed to observe various component and the working of electrical locomotive. If railway loco shed is not available in the nearby particular area, then student can visit any standing this electrical railway engine, and they will Prior to that, they will take a proper permission and they will do the process, and they will prepare a technical report. Then prepare a report on traction system, various types of the traction system. Prepare a chart on the speed time curve of the traction system. Then improve the power factor available for the inductive load using static capacitor. Also, they will study, student will know about, prepare a report based on the comparative study of various tariff structure used in the Maharashtra. Prepare energy bill on the energy consumption of the residents or the institute, and prepare a technical report after visiting the industry for power factor improvement devices. So, I think some of the practicals are common to the previous studies, previous subject. So, student can take help of the previous subjects also. So, these are the practical parts that student will do. These are the performance indicators, that is preparation of the experimental setup, setting operation, safety measures, observation and recording, interpretation of the result, and the conclusion and answer to the simple question, and submission of the report in the within the time span. So, these are the general points or generally concept that every student should work as per these 7 points. These are the some effective domain outcomes, that is follow safety practices, practice good housekeeping, practice energy conservation, work as a leader and a team member, and follow ethical practices. This semester course is divided into 3 parts, that is evaluating level in the first year, organization level in the second year, and characterizing level in the third year. Now, see, major equipment used for the different practicals are as follows, that is FTL, CFL, LED for practical 1 and 2, electric choke, electronic ballast, digital lux meter. Sometime if digital lux meter is not available, then in the smartphone some apps are there due to through which we can read the illumination at the particular surface. Then heating furnaces, then video programs, then electrical welding machines. If electrical welding machines are not available at the premises of the institute, then student can visit to the nearby welding shop so that they will get some knowledge. Then a video industry visit, video programs for the elevators, then loco shade, ammeters, then voltmeter, wattmeter, induction, that is double element wattmeter, dimmer stat, and 3-phase power factor meter also to understand what is the power factor of particular inductive load. Then load bank, resistive load, and also automatic power factor controller, and clamp on meter to analog or digital to read the current flowing through the particular conductor. So, these are the some devices that will be used by the student for this particular course. Let me come to the main part, that is theoretical part. There are total 5 units. These are the some unit outcomes, and these are the subtopics to be studied. So, illumination, unit number 1 deals with the illumination. In this unit number 1, student has to discuss and observe some various definitions regarding the illumination terminology. These definitions are luminous flux, solid angle, MHCP, MSCP, MSSPCP, illumination, lamp efficiency, depreciation factor, coefficient of utilization, space height ratio, reflection factor, glare and the shadow. So these are the some important definitions that every student should know about this part. Please remember, one part is known as the glare. So glare means whenever you will see a heavy light falls on your eyes, then at that time that process is known as glare. If glare is greater, then uneasiness, then discomfort and fatigue will be developed in the particular person when he affected by the glare. So look at, see, this is a torch and you will found here. So this phenomenon I am not visible here. If we remove the torch, I am visible. Now here I am not visible. So this phenomenon is known as the glare. So these are the concepts that every student should know. Then the laws of illumination, inverse square law, Lambert's cosine law, various types of lamp, that is low pressure mercury vapor lamp, then CFL, then high pressure mercury vapor lamp, sodium vapor lamp, LED lamps. There are some disadvantages of tungsten filament lamp. So engineers has invented CFL. Then also there are some greater power consumption in CFL happened. So engineers had defined and developed LED lights. These metal halide lights are used at the premises where illumination required is more. Then various types of lamp fittings, lighting schemes and features and the applications, such as direct lighting, indirect lighting, semi-direct lighting and semi-indirect lighting. Then domestic and industrial lamp fittings, electronic ballast. These are the some contents for this unit number 1. Unit number 2 deals with electrical heating and the welding system. So electrical heating and the welding are the effects of the electric current. So what we had to study in this unit number 2, that is concept of electrical heating. Sometime electrical heating will be done by either resistive concept or either inductive or either dielectric or eddy current heating is also there. So as per the requirement, which type of heating should be preferable, that will be discussed, and the concept will be discussed in the unit number 2. Then direct and indirect resistance type of the heating. See what indicates the resistance type of the heating. Let us assume one resistance here and one let us assume source is connected, and this is source is flow from the source, current flows through this resistance as per the loading, as per the its ohmic value. So what happened at a particular, after particular time, this resistance get heated. So sometime if there is any material to be heated, it will be in direct contact. Suppose this is the material to be heated, it should be in direct contact with this resistance, then it is known as resistance heating. Or this current is directly thrown or flown through this material also, then this is known as the direct type of the heating. And indirect type of the heating is suppose this is the material, let assume this material, it is to be heated, then current flows through this resistance and heat will be radiated and conducted and convected also, and this material will gets heat up. So this is known as the indirect type of the resistance heating. Now here efficiency is more, here efficiency is somewhat less. Then requirement of resistance heating, its control methods, and its heating element and design of the heating element, that will be studied in the unit number 2. Next is the arc heating. So please see very carefully, if there are two conductors which are opened and they are applied across the very high voltage supply, suppose this is HV, and here when these conductors are very close to each other and arc is produced, and here if arc is produced, it will produce heat also. So this heating is known as the arc heating. So what are the advantages, what are the electrodes, sometime graphite and the carbon electrodes are used, that will be studied here in the arc heating. Again, direct arc furnace and indirect arc furnace are the two parts of this arc heating, its construction, how it will work, its specification and the applications. Next is the induction heating. See very carefully, induction heating means whenever current flows through this particular coil, suppose this is a coil, so due to the induction phenomenon, here heat is developed. So this heating is known as the induction heating. As like resistance, direct and indirect heating concepts are there, so in here also direct and indirect induction heatings are used. Sometimes coreless, direct core type furnace and coreless induction furnace are used. Its construction, working and application, that will be studied. Next is dielectric heating, its working principle and the applications are studied. Next is eddy current heating. Eddy current are developed due to hysteresis, some like this hysteresis loop, and hysteresis loop is developed in the sinusoidal wave form supply. So eddy currents also produce heat, so eddy current heating is also used, so that will be studied in this unit number 2. Then types of the welding, plastic welding, fusion welding, classification of electrical welding, butt welding, and different welds are there. There is spot, seam, butt, projection, and their working principles and their applications. Qualities of the good weld and qualities of the what are the parts of the welding defect, that will be studied. Then arc welding, working principle, characteristics of the arc, factors on which arc length depends, methods of arc stabilization, and other different details. Then metal and carbon arc applications. Then for all these welding purposes, supply of AC welding machine, welding transformer, and what are the safety precautions, that all will be studied in this unit number 2. So unit number 2 mainly deals with electrical heating as well as the welding system. These heating and welding system are mainly used in the bigger industries, in the steel industries, as well in the cement industries, chemical industries, and piping industries as well. For making the bigger ships, aeroplanes, these heating and the welding parts are used. So diploma holder or diploma engineer should know about all these concepts. Third is the electrical drives and the elevators. So what are the concepts of electrical drives, what are the points to be selected, points to be considered while selecting the particular electrical drive, what are the its individual drive, group drive, and application, that will be discussed. Let us see one simple example. Let we have one AC supply and one induction motor. Let we consider one induction motor. So this whole system is known as the drive, supply, connecting wires, and the induction motor. Let this is an induction motor. Individual drive means only single motor, and over this single motor, let assume some load is connected, let it is mechanical load. So single motor and single load, it is known as individual drive, and single motor and 2 or 3 loads, then it is known as group drive. Then mechanical features of the drive, what are the features, what are the types of application, types of enclosures also, purpose, that will be studied here. Then transmission of mechanical power. Now here this mechanical load is directly connected to the shaft, but sometime if there is some another mechanical load, let us assume this is a pulley and this is the another load, then this mechanical load is connected with the help of belts, rope, chain, gear, belts, and here somewhat efficiency depends on the tension of the belts also. Then now we had to discuss about the vertical drives and its application. Now see, the position of this drive is in the horizontal axis, so it is known as horizontal drive. If the position of drive is in the vertical axis, is known as a vertical drive. Then bearings, in the induction motor, bearings plays a most important role. If bearings are good, then frictional loss is less. Bearings are affected, friction loss will get increases. So its type and application that we had to study, that is student will be able to study. And the size and rating of the motor, definitions as per the IS standard. Then load cycle, concept and the graphical representation. See, the type of the load will also affects the efficiency of the motor. If load is continuous working, efficiency of the motor will increases or decreases as per the losses. If the load is intermittent, then again efficiency is different. So as per the loading cycle, as per the loads, the efficiency is defined. Then load equalization, that is its meaning, methods, conditions, and conditions of the load equalization. Then another part is the braking. So here suppose this is on some particular load system, and we had to stop this load system. We then should apply brakes, either mechanical brakes or electrical brakes can be applied here. So types of the braking we had to study here, that is plugging, rheostatic braking, and regenerative braking for DC series and 3-phase induction motors. Then elevators, types of elevators, function, application, its motor and the safety, that will be studied in this unit number 3. Then factors on which shape and size of the car depends, that is elevator car depends, that will be studied. And most important parameter, 1939 Bombay Lift Act. A student can download this Bombay Lift Act online, and they can get some details, and they will study the latest amendments available in this Bombay Lift Act. So unit number 3 deals with elevators, that is electrical drives and the elevators. Unit number 4 is electric traction. After the invention of the AC supply, people found that a steam engine and a diesel engine is having somewhat less efficiency as compared to the electrical traction system or electrical engines. So every student should know about ideal traction system, types of the traction system used in India, electric and diesel traction system also. Then he should also know about track electrification, what type of the systems are used, what type of switch gears there will be used, what type of controlling devices, whether it is a composite system or single system, that should be studied by the students. This is the 25 kV single phase AC system. Then traction mechanics, block diagram, AC of the AC electrical locomotives and the function of each part. So as in the practicals, I had told you that if there will be a loco shed available, then surely visit that particular part. If not available, then you can visit a particular locomotive engine by taking proper permission. Then traction motors, its desirable characteristics, sometimes AC motors are used, sometimes DC motors are used, then chopper control motors nowadays used. Then definitions of average and the schedule speed, factors affecting the schedule speed. Then speed time curve, trapezoidal, quadrilateral speed time curve. These curves are like this. This is quadrilateral curve. Then this is trapezoidal curve. So as per the loading condition, these curves are defined. So students should study about these curves and their application. Then current collecting system, that is pantograph, that is overhead current collecting system, conductor rail system, so that will be studied here. Then traction services. Traction services are classified into three parts: suburban, urban and mainline services. Then also classified on the basis of the track distance, that is if it is 1 meter monorail, if it is 1.5 meter, somewhat like this. If it is increases, then also these traction system services are classified. Then types of electrical motors, current collectors and the speed time characteristics will also be studied in this unit number 4. So please remember, unit number 4 fully deals with traction system. Student can download the books available for this electrical traction, that is railway engineering, from PDF drive. Then unit number 5. Unit number 5 deals with tariff and the power factor improvement. So simply tariff is the recovery of the currency or recovery of the money that will be invested for generating the electrical energy. So desirable characteristics of the tariff, then types of the tariff: flat rate, block rate, KVA, time of the day tariff. Then power factor, its advantages, disadvantages and the causes of low power factor, avoidance of the low power factor and power factor improvement devices, that will be studied in this unit number 5. Then power factor improvement using the static capacitor, then location of the power factor improvement devices and the on the point of consumer and the electrical supply company. So that will be studied here. So unit number 5 fully deals with tariff and the power factor improvement portion. So this is the whole syllabus for this utilization of electrical energy, and it is classified into different loading systems. Elevators, that is motor load, traction is also motor load, then this heating is an resistive load, inductive load. So accordingly this syllabus is classified. It is mainly concentrated on the application of the electrical energy. Now this is the marking scheme. You will get 8 marks for illumination unit number 1, 18, 18, 18 for 2, 3 and 4 units, and for last unit you will get 8 marks. Then suggested student activities, look out these parameters. Student can prepare a report after collecting the technical information on various types of the lamps available in the local market or from the internet also. They can also prepare a report on illuminaries. They can also prepare report on different elevators, types of the traction system, types of the heating, types of the welding, and they can also present a seminar on the electric traction in India. In so in combination with this course, student can also do a massive open online course, that is MOOCs. These are the self-directed learning system, and they can take some micro projects according to the syllabus. The micro projects are either individually or a group of 3 person can do, and they should engage themselves for the semester up to 16 hours in this micro project. Every student should do or maintain his or her weekly diary for this micro project. Then suggested topics are illumination, that design a suitable lighting scheme, electric heating, prepare a PowerPoint presentation, then on the electrical welding, PowerPoint presentation, drives, market survey, elevators, student can do market survey, electric traction, they can present a PowerPoint presentation, then tariff, calculation of the electric bill for residents or institute, and the power factor improvement, that is the for small industry institute or small scale industries also. So these are the some micro project topics that the student can complete in this semester. Then suggested learning resources. This is the most important book, that is H. Pratap, Art and Science Utilization of Electrical Energy, and J.B. Gupta, that is Utilization of Electrical and Electrical Power and Electrical Traction System. So by these books, a student can get some details. This book G.K. Dubey, it is for unit number 3, that is Fundamentals of Electrical Drive, and modern electric traction can be studied for this electric traction system. Some softwares are also available, and on the NPTEL you will get these video lectures for electrical traction system, utilization, and drives also. These are the some websites from which student can get details, and these are the practice code, that is IS 1860. These student can get details from IS and BIS and international codes. So in this way, in this subject, student will be able to understand what are the different applications of electrical energy, what are the different components used in different applications, what is the type of electric traction, what should we do to improve the power factor, and all that parameters. So this subject will help a student to improve their general ability regarding the electrical engineering and its application. So thank you. In the further classes, we will discuss about the unit number 1, that is illumination. Please like, share and subscribe the channel. Myself Sangarsh Pillewan, lecturer in the electrical engineering, Government Polytechnic, Khamgaon. Thank you.